Okay, guys, today is day number 1. 1 mile to go. The 1 mile to go is a reference to Matthew 6. And when Jesus says, if they tell you, I'm paraphrasing, they tell you to take 1 mile, well, you go 1 extra mile. So go 2 miles. So the reference is that we all have work to do. And we all have things we're struggling with. And so take it the extra mile. So if you want to get in shape, do a little extra. If you want to get spiritually and emotionally sound, do a little extra. So that's the reference. That's why it's 1 mile to go. So today is my first day. Well, I'm up here to the intersection. And it's not busy yet, but I gotta cross this road at some point. And I don't know where I'm crossing. It's nice and cool out here this morning though. I'm sure that won't be the case in a month or so. I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but probably not. Hazards of walking out here on a busy highway. There's a guardrail here, one of them barriers, and no place to walk. So I had to get across quickly. The hazards are out here walking next to this highway. There's a guardrail right up there. There's no place to walk. But there's an alternate road right here where this car is turning. I'm gonna have to go that way, stay out of this traffic. Any of y'all ever tried this? You gotta be careful. These cars out here. You know, I'm starting to appreciate these people that get out here and walk every day, because that has definitely not been me. When I was in the military, we used to have PT and we would get out and exercise. And we'd go out for runs. And it's been a long time since I did anything like that. But I have to say, I'm a little out of shape to say the least. So, if you're watching this and you're thinking, man, I don't think I can do that. Well, if I can do it, I'm 52 years old, morbidly obese. I got fat rolls hanging off my belt line. If I can do it, you can do it. Any of y'all can do it. So, just a little bit of encouragement that if you set your mind to something, you can do it. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. So here I have a crazy idea. Life's too short not to go for it. Just thought I'd say that while I'm out here walking down 280. I'm gonna get a little further down the road and I'll come back to you. Well, starting to get a little hungry and tired. But I have to tell you, coming by here by full moon, I really could use a barbecue sandwich, even though I know I don't need that, but it sounds good anyway. Traffic's starting to pick up. I'll say this, if any of y'all get out and walk, it might be best to walk along one of those park walking tracks or some kind of road that don't have a lot of traffic, because there's a lot of obstacles out here walking around this highway. You got to watch out for all kinds of dips and trips and slip and fall hazards. Cars about running you over. Lots and lots of obstacles doing walking around this highway. But starting to get a little daylight now, just starting to peak daylight. And I think it'll be a lot better. I didn't bring a flashlight, I didn't bring a reflector belt. In fact, I didn't bring nothing but a water bottle to this camera. That probably wasn't the smartest thing in the world. Maybe next time I'll get a reflector belt or something, I don't know. I guess it depends on where I'm gonna be walking next. Anyway, I'll catch up with you here in a little while. Alright, still a little cloudy. And it's still not quite daylight yet, even though it looks pretty bright in the camera. It looks brighter in the camera than it does in person. Anyway, going by all these barbecue places makes me getting hungry. You know, contrary to what some people might think, you know, fat people think about food. You know, at least I do. So, when I pass the barbecue joint, even if I'm not hungry, I'm like, yeah, I sure wish I had a barbecue sandwich or some ribs or whatever. But let me tell you, if you're struggling with weight, if you're struggling, you know, with wanting to think you need to exercise, you can think all you want to, but until you actually do something, it ain't gonna make no difference. So, part of the reason I'm out here doing all this walking. So, my wife's been after me for, man, I don't know, some years. That I need to get off my butt, start doing something. So, here I am, trying to do something. So, I don't know if this is the actual thing that I should be doing, but this is what I'm gonna do. And I'd like to work myself up to about 20 miles a day. If I can do that, maybe 25. If I can do that, I would say, at least in the interim, that's a success. It's gonna be 5.5 today. I don't actually know if it's gonna be, because GPS said it's 5.5, but I don't know if that's building to building. It might be a little further building to building, but I just don't know. I have to, one day I'll clock it with a vehicle. But if you just get off your butt and start doing something, I think you'll be proud of yourself. I've been needing to do this for a long time. I found out I had liver disease like over 2 years ago. Doctor said that, hey, if you lose some weight, it'll go a long way in helping out. So, and I had recently had a back surgery, and I couldn't do it anyway right then. I spent about 6 months recuperating in a chair, and I couldn't do anything for about 6 months or better. And then after that 6 months is up, you've sat so long that you don't really want to do anything. The energy level's pretty low. And I think that going through that surgery, that sitting in that chair was 1,000 times worse than the surgery actually was. Because when you're confined, you feel like you can't do nothing. And you're just sitting there. You sit there and watch TV. I didn't even do anything constructive, which I had all these plans. I was like, man, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I was like, while I'm sitting in the chair, I'm gonna learn Spanish or play the piano or do something. I didn't do anything. Now, part of it was that, at least in the beginning, you know, I had all these plans, like I'm gonna do this, that, and the other. Well, you're doped up on pain meds, and at least for me, I was a little loopy from it, and I couldn't have thought clearly enough to do any of those things. So then by the time I'm off the pain meds, and you're used to being confined in that chair, and then you don't want to do anything, then you just zone out on TV all day, and that's not good. I mean, I don't like a lot of science fiction stuff, but while I was sitting in that chair, I watched every Star Wars they had, from start to finish. Well, what good did that do me? None. So today is day number 1, and I'm gonna start changing. I'm gonna do something about it. All right, I'm going up this hill, and I'm gonna start, I'm gonna get off here till I get up the hill good, so I'm not huffing and puffing talking to you. See, I told y'all this is a hill. Hey, look at this. You don't think about that while you're driving. When you're walking, start thinking about it. There's an old guy riding his bicycle. All right, let me get up this hill. See this turn right here? And so people going east can turn around and go west. And they put this turnout right here. Now, I don't know why they couldn't just put it at a road where you could go and turn around. Instead, they got you looping around. Just to me, it just seems like a waste of money. Now, I don't know who approves all these road projects. I have no idea. But you ever notice that when after they've designed something, they go back and fix it, well, they tend to make it worse. So I don't know if they're getting kickbacks or they're drunk or both. I have no idea. But you see all these road projects, you're thinking it's like, you know, have they ever really made it better? I don't know that they have, because they tend to fix the roads that don't need fixing, and then they don't fix the roads that do need fixing. I just don't know. Anyway, that's my thought for the day on the roads. You know, when you're driving place day after day, you're just going through the mundane, you know, and you just don't see everything because you're traveling fast, or however fast you're traveling, you're just going by in your car. Well, you know, you have a little bit of different perspective when you're walking. You see everything, all the little things that you didn't see when you're just traveling in your car, listening to the radio or audio books or whatever it is you do. So I'm out here walking, and I'm not playing anything right now. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to. Probably going to have an audio book going at some point in time. But I'm just out here in the quiet. Well, except for the cars. That's not quiet. But I don't have anything playing in my ear. I'm just taking it all in. Something about it. It's a little quieter down here. So I'm up there walking on the highway, and I was like, you know what? There's like this service road that runs beside a Lowe's. And I was like, at this time of the morning, I didn't see very many cars. So I'm like, I'm gonna go cut down that service road, because I was like, it's just too loud up there on the highway. It's a lot quieter here. But going by this breakfast place. The breakfast sounds pretty good too. Going by this Lowe's. I think if I keep Lowe's in this video, Lowe's will sponsor me. I doubt it. It'd be cool anyway. Really like to have one of those Axis side-by-sides they got over there. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. I'll show you in a minute. I need to be over here buying a few plants. I got plenty of seeds to plant, but I thought that maybe I'd buy a few tomato plants this year. I started 36 tomato plants. I got them in my little starting cells at the house. They're sitting in a grow light, under a grow light. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'll catch up with you in a minute. I just had to make a pit stop at Walmart. Walking across their parking lot. I don't really know exactly how much further I have to go. I'll have to see. A couple of miles, I think. But anyway, all right, I'll check back in here in a minute. So I made it off of 280, and now I'm walking on 119. Still got a little ways to go, but I can feel the end coming. I don't really know how far it is from where I am to where I'm going. Maybe a couple of miles. I'm just not sure. But I'm definitely way over past halfway. So I don't know if any of y'all are thinking about, hey, I need to get out and walk. I need to get better spiritually. I need to get better emotionally. A lot of people carry around a lot of baggage. I know I've carried around my share of baggage. But you can get out there and you can make a difference. Because you're not the only one struggling with whatever it is you're struggling with. So if you can get in tune with the Lord and become a better person spiritually, then you can get in tune with the Lord. You can be better physically. And I'm not saying it's the same for everyone. I'm just saying a little better at whatever. So today, or whenever it is that you watch this, go to work with a little better attitude. When you get up, tell your spouse, say, hey, I love you, and I'm glad you're here. I just have to make it up to that building, and then I'm gonna get a ride back to my truck. I'm gonna clock it. I'm gonna come over here and clock it when I leave. But I would really like to know exactly how far it is. I really appreciate y'all watching and joining me today. And I hope you'll come back and watch me next time. In fact, there's gonna be many more times. And if I can be just a little glimmer of light of encouragement that if my fat self can get out here and do this, you can do it too. All right, I'll come back to you when I get to the top. Okay, guys, I made it. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it if you liked, shared, and subscribed. And I'd really love it if you came back to join me next time on 1 Mile to Go. God bless.